My boss fired me in front of everyone, and he truly believed I would either argue or beg because it was a tense Monday morning meeting and quarterly numbers were slightly down and executives were watching closely. And he walked in already irritated, scanning the room, looking for someone to blame. And his eyes landed on me since I led the marketing campaigns. And he projected the revenue slide on the screen and said, "This is what happens when people do not understand strategy." And then without warning, he pointed directly at me and told me to pack my desk and leave. And the silence in that conference room was sharp and humiliating because public termination is not just about losing a job, it is about losing perceived competence in front of your peers. And I felt the heat rising in my face, but I also knew something critical. Those numbers were not caused by marketing performance. They were caused by a rushed product launch he had insisted on against my documented recommendation. And instead of reacting emotionally, I asked calmly if we could review this segmented performance report before I left. And he rolled his eyes but agreed, probably expecting it to confirm his narrative. And when the detailed breakdown appeared on the screen, it showed marketing-generated leads were actually up 18% and engagement metrics were stable, and the true revenue decline correlated directly with production delays and shipping issues under operations, which fell under his oversight. And slowly, the attention in the room shifted from me to him. And I did not interrupt or gloat. I simply highlighted the email I had sent 2 months earlier recommending a delayed launch due to supply chain concerns, and the timestamp was visible and undeniable. And the room felt different now, not tense, but aware. And he abruptly ended the meeting and asked me to stay. And instead of firing me, he said we would revisit the discussion after further review. And 2 weeks later, he stepped down, citing strategic restructuring. But internally, everyone knew the board had evaluated the full context and realized what had happened. And I did not celebrate publicly or seek validation because the real win was not revenge, it was credibility maintained under pressure. And that experience taught me that volume can create fear, but data creates truth. And truth, when presented calmly, does not need to shout, because leadership is not about dominating the room, it is about understanding the room before you speak.